You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's something on Twitter, the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with the Let's Play episode of Dawntide, Griff's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. It's time for our little date, I think. Alright, it's more like 10 past. Right, good. Shall we walk? Sure. Such a cute picture. Griff runs his fingers on the railing as we walk, small claws ticking on the salt-lashed iron. I've missed it here. You have? Of course. It's nice being by the sea. You've got plenty of coastline in the Republic, don't you? Yeah, but it's not the same. This place has a different charm to it. Got some good memories here, too. Makes me wonder what I've missed out on over here. I smile and shrug. Not much. Come on, must be something. That was weird. Okay. If I'd name one thing that's changed, its place is closing down. Griff points back over his shoulder to Mildred's fish and chip shop on the corner. Seems like some have opened, though. It's new, but it's an Emmett business. Emmett business? You must know what an Emmett is. He shakes his head. It's like a tourist. Someone not from Kierneath. Am I an Emmett, then? Well, you lived here, right? So, technically not. Technically? You're too kind. I say it for that place because the owner barely ever comes here. They're a chef from upcountry. She's not even called Mildred. About 3 of them sprung up overnight in different towns. So it's not authentic, is that the issue? You're sounding bitter. To be honest, I just missed the chip shop that used to be there. It was cheaper. Is there anything that hasn't changed that you're glad for? That's a good question. My brain skips over memories of the town, searching for something constant and comforting. A friend. Sal. Oh no, a feeling? I reach inside my chest and feel around for a familiar sensation. Something distinctly port-warren. Air. There's something nice about the sea air. It can get pretty intense in a good way. It can be unforgiving, but it knocks some life into you. Couldn't imagine living somewhere without it. I feel too still. There's a wildness to it, isn't there? Right. It's good at keeping you going when you're in a low mood. I remember sitting at home at the cliffs and hearing the wind rattle the windows, whistling through the brackets. Makes you appreciate shelter when you've got it. Well, when you live along the cliffs, I flash a shallow smile. He tries to return one, but there's a tension pulling it down. I know things were difficult last time I saw you. Things have picked up a bit since then, thankfully. Liar! He stops. Turns. His smile comes back. Brunch sound good to you? With nothing but coffee in my stomach, I jump at the offer. Definitely. Anything in mind? Griff nods over to a harborside restaurant. It's quite a fancy one. Floor-to-ceiling windows, contemporary interior. I definitely can't afford it. Sure. Great. Let's see if they have a table. Would you like to try the wine, sir? A plucky waitress offers a bottle to Griff. Please. Everything in this place shines a little brighter. Sunlight sparkles through the wine as it's poured. Griff's eyes shine as well. He sips. Lovely, thank you. The waitress nods, smiling, and steps away with a snap of the heel. Looking down at her salads, I can't help but feel unfilled already. I didn't want to look greedy. Griff raises his glass to mine. Cheers. Isn't it a bit early for wine? It's brunch. You can do whatever you want at brunch. I take a drink. The wine is pleasantly dry? Full-bodied with a note of, you don't know what the note is. It tastes of wine. As I'm taking my first bite, Griff folds his arms and asks, So, Mr. Coates, where do you see yourself 10 years from now? Don't talk with your mouth full. Griff waits patiently. I play into the tone he set. Well, I've spent the last 10 developing my niche, my brand. Still working on your art, then? I shake my head. Music? I shake again. What then? What's the brand? You've certainly got a brand around town, but best not to mention that. I guess I'm still working it out. Free spirit? Not quite that poetic. You must have something. You said your things were moving up. I turn the leaves in my mouth, peppery and slick with olive oil. It buys me time to think of what to say. I wasn't really happy with what I made. Doing it for uni stressed me out. Trying to do it outside of uni stressed me out too. I wear a smile. It wasn't meant to be. Griff pauses. That doesn't sound like the Riley I know. I hold the smile. Maybe I'm not. He looks me up and down. You sure look different, but that's to be expected. But when I saw you yesterday, even with the new look, I knew that was you. Griff twists a fork into the bed of leaves. You have a tell. A tell? What do you mean? The way you look at things, you sort of... He tilts his head to the side. His eyes flick to different points in the room, resting there for a while before moving to the next. I don't do that, do I? It's something I've always picked up on. He flicks them back to me. You observe things. I find myself as an unwilling participant in a staring contest. He's laser-focused. The wind from the bay makes itself visible in the fabric of his shirt. It creases against his statuesque stillness. It makes waves through the white awning he's behind him. Its form... You're doing it again. I was just... It's not a problem. It's nice. That's why I don't believe you when you say you don't make stuff anymore. That attention must go into something. Maybe one day I'll give it another go. You were a lot less stable when you were making art. More self-absorbed. Just not right now. I take a quick bite too small to be considered a proper mouthful. You know, when I saw you yesterday, I had a hard time believing it. Do you believe it now? I can't help but chuckle. No, I don't. Why not? It was just so long. I thought you were gone for good. He reaches across the table, gently grabbing my wrist and giving it a little shake. There. This help? I feel my ears swivel back from embarrassment. He's toying with you. What I mean is, look, things actually got worse for a while after you left. A lot of things. His grip loosens. Do you want to talk about it? Not right now. It was a while ago. A lot happens in a decade. I get it. A decade. That makes it seem even longer. I'm on the other side of it now, though. I suppose I'm working out what I'm doing now I'm here. You're being a bit too open about all this. I trust him. It's a fine place to be in. Speaking of the present, what's on the agenda today? Ranzo got promoted at work, so I'm meeting with Sal to get him a gift. That's nice. What are you gonna get? I'm not sure, really. He's a sailor, so something on that theme. Griff snickers as he looks across the harbor town. Do you think you'll find anything? It'll be hard to find something that isn't tourist tat. Sal always picks out good gifts, though. She knows a bit about naval history, too. Oh, yeah? She had a military jacket on yesterday, didn't she? Yeah, but that's all aerospace stuff, more her thing. She doesn't really like people bringing this up, but you deal with old stuff, right? Ever heard of the Roseville Shipping Company back in the 1800s? His ear twitches, intrigued. I've seen the name around. That's her family. Damn, really? They still in the freight business. They got bought back in the 50s. Maybe the 40s? I don't remember. Either way, they got a good payout and invested it. Sounds smart. What do they do now? Her mom helps out at the church. Her dad used to be the headmaster of the school we went to. Headmaster? Like a principal? Sounds like a stressful job to take when you've got money to spare. Yeah, I think it was. Hello, gentlemen. How are you finding everything? It's great, thanks. Could we get some more of the wine? Of course! She tops up our glasses while Griff makes approving chatter with her about the weather. When the waitress leaves, Griff turns his attention back to his plate. There's silence, a gap in the conversation. What's wrong? He's been making the effort to carry this whole thing. He asked the questions, picked the wine, kept things rolling. I feel out of place, in this restaurant, in this conversation. Say something. Start a conversation. What is there to say? Are you seeing anyone at the moment? His eyes go wide for a second. A shallow laugh. He brings a napkin to his mouth. I've seen some people. Seen? You know what he means. I've had some interest. Here and there. On and off. I haven't decided to lash anyone to the mast yet, though. God! It's kind of tricky, though. I'm never in one place long enough to put down roots. Let alone really consider something like that an option. You should put down roots here. You should quit your job and move here, and then you can consider it an option. Yeah, I bet. I guess it comes with the territory, right? I guess so. How about you? Anyone? Oh, yes, our Riley is the pick of the lay-by. No. Bet you've had some good ones, though. What do you mean? Come on. When we were young, you'd take me for walks by the sea. You'd draw, you'd paint, you'd write songs. You're a romantic, Riley. It's written all over you. I don't know about that. Don't hide it. Tell me about all the teenage crushes. Bad idea. The first loves. Even worse idea. The whirlwind boyfriends. Hell, maybe even girlfriends if the years gave you a change of heart. Definitely not. Do you really want me to? Do it in your Riley way. Paint the scene. Please don't do this. Well... I close my eyes, blot out the world around me, do my best to ignore my own calls to stop. My boots were drenched, parting pebbles. Crouched as crystal-thin waves rolled over. The sun dipped half between the sea and sky, its color seeping into both. The lantern made from wicker and paper swayed on the surface. Something burned inside, face down. It was morning, so you could barely see the lantern's light. I hoped I hadn't been too late. I watched it drift slowly out along the sunken causeway. Though I wanted it gone, I cried for sending it away. It had to go. It had to go. Hey, you okay? Someone stood behind me. They must have been there a while. Tide's coming in. You'll get caught if you don't move soon. I kept my eyes on the lantern, ears deaf to the land until a sigh cut through my temper. He stood beside me, facing the same horizon. What did you put in there, then? I didn't answer. Just a sniff. Yeah, I got ones like that, too. I don't do that lantern thing, though. His hands hung down, black as coal. He shone bright in my periphery. My eyes still followed the lantern and swept towards Kelly's rock. Oh yeah, that's Griff. You wanted to forget it, right? So forget it. Don't look at it. Look at me. I had to force my eyes shut to tear them from the sea. Look at me. I opened them to a new world, kind and piercing. His eyes were the first to greet me, and the bright clouds around them. Sea air whipped at his clothes, his black hand palm up. I'd not seen somebody like him before. My hand had never felt so safe in that of a stranger's. I was pulled, weightless, to my feet. You're cold. Come on. I live just up the cliffs. You want to come in? The edge of a salt-pale house poked above the heathers of the headland. Thank you. We turned our backs to the lantern into the sea. I walked with him, parting pebbles together. He brought me back to land. That's how I met my first and last boyfriend. Riley! I feel my chin wrinkling. I swallow the feeling. Good story, right? Have you really? No. What can I say? You set the bar too high. I'm sorry for... I shouldn't have brought this up. I brought it up. I asked about relationships. It's alright. Everything good for you, gentlemen? The waitress is back. Griff switches gear. Wonderful, thank you. Would you like to see the Deploy the life jacket. Could we get the bill, please? Of course! She pulls out a black book and a card reader. Riley, are you all... I'm fine, really. I reach for my wallet. Oh no, not today. Griff hands a silver card to the waitress between two fingers. Put it all on here, please. Griff, you can't... I can and will, Mr. Coates. For lost time. Alright, y'all, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout-out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all I do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks to our two gold tier members, Zeke and Toby. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for subbing to our ultimate tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits, get access to all of our not safe for work contents as little as $5. Alrighty, I love you all. See y'all in the next video. Ooh, excuse me. Bye-bye.